everything's gonna be alright.
How's it guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the Andycine C7 Lite 7-inch field monitor. It's got some really interesting features. I've been looking for a 7-inch monitor for a while. Andycine recently reached out to me a few times for some other products that I wasn't really interested in reviewing. Then they recently again said, so double tap, opens the menu options. Nicely categorized, very simple to follow. Folders, sort of each one will open and display the settings inside of it. So let's start with the top one, which is going to be the assist. So analysis is the first one. This turns on everything you've got. Vector scope, audio monitor. This will be my honest opinion on the device. I would rather send it back and not do a review than give a review that is biased or unfair to anyone who's thinking about buying one of these. So let's get into it. So this is a 7-inch touchscreen field monitor with a lot of features, scopes, vector scopes, waveforms, LUTs, anamorphic de-stretching, so you can view anamorphic footage in real time, de-squeezed, should I say. A lot of great features. So the basic stuff, it is a 1920 by 1200 screen, so there's a lot of resolution there, even on a 7-inch screen. Okay, my Atomos is the same on a 5-inch screen, so more pixels per inch, but very high resolution and a very, very good image from it. We'll get into that in a minute. It is only 500 nits, so it's not particularly bright, but at this price point, I think that is acceptable. It is very much plastic construction. The front is glass, so that should give some resistance to scratches. You can power this thing by NPF battery in the back, which one is supplied with, and I just noticed it's a USB-C rechargeable NPF. You can charge the NPF. I'll take it out because it's going to carry on running, I hope, because my DC is in off of my V-mount battery. We have here a little USB-C slot, so you can charge it. Let's be honest, that's freaking awesome. These are going to start becoming more and more popular, I'm sure, these kind of batteries, and I've seen some on Amazon before. I've never used them. I haven't actually used this because I said I'd run the monitor and my other monitors all from the Zcam's aux out 12 volt. So I haven't really played with the battery much yet. But it charges and works, so that's awesome. You can power it with this. You can power it, of course, on the side with a DC in, 12 volt DC in. I haven't checked it, but I'd imagine that would take probably from 9 to 14 volts, just like a V-mount would offer directly from a V-mount. My Zcam feeds out the Zcam, stops the ground loop problem, all this, blah, blah. You can also power it with a USB-C connector. At the bottom, under here, is a type USB-C connector. I checked it and it works. That is awesome. If you are ever out somewhere, you've got no power options left, I can reverse back charge out of my phone to make this thing run, for example. Any power bank, any outlet, anything. I think that's a really, really cool feature to have. And amazing that it'll run on 5 volts. That's quite low voltage. As for construction, it is, as I said before, very plastic built. It doesn't rattle, which I know a lot of people hate the buttons that rattle. It's not a great thing. It doesn't really matter, but if anything rattles means there's gaps, which means dust or sand or fluid or whatever could get inside and damage it. It only has 2 physical buttons. A roll menu button on the top, which you can scroll down through the menu with, and I don't know how you get out of that, and a touch lock button. When this is touched, it locks the screen, just like the side button on the Atomos Ninja. The touch button is also the power button. Then we have on the right side, the top, the bottom, 3/4 inch, sorry, not 3/4 inch, quarter 20 threads. SD card slot in the bottom for updating firmware and for loading LUTs onto it, and a audio out headphone jack, so you can monitor audio directly from the screen. Okay, let's jump into the menu system, have a look through the features it does, and yeah, let's get detailed. So, double tap, opens the menu options. Nicely categorized, very simple to follow. Folders, sort of each one will open and display the settings inside of it. So let's start with the top one, which is going to be the assist. So analysis is the first one. This turns on everything you've got: vector scope, audio monitor, histogram, and a waveform. It's a quick, easy option to get it all on, and it shrinks your main view down to, I'd say, like, yeah, maybe a little bit smaller than the Atomos, about an Atomos display. So you've got the extra 2 inches to get all the vector scopes and waveforms on there. So double tap again to open that. Let's turn analysis off. Then we can go right down. We've got waveform, RGB, YUV, and Y. So we can go through all of these. I'm a YUV kind of guy. Turn it off. Vector scope on. You can have individual vector scopes. One thing I don't like too much is the vector scope and the waveform. They're all very pixelated. It looks like someone drew it on paint. I'm not sure why, because the screen quality from what you're seeing through the Zcam is amazingly sharp. It looks almost better than my Atomos, I'd say. Like, the picture quality is fantastic on it, but the graphs are not so cool. So let's turn vector scope off. Histogram, standard histogram. You know what that looks like. And your audio levels. So all the individual things that are available in analysis can be individually turned on. So let's close this tab. Go down to assist tab. So focus assist, really nice. You can change the color, you can change the intensity of the focus assist. So if we come down to like 2, you can see just, I think when you zoom it disappears. Yeah, you can't zoom and use focus peaking. But focus assist, very nice. 8 will show you much higher definition of what's in focus. We can of course change the color through all of these. Most of these options have really good color options. So zebras from 5 IRE all the way up to 100, no 105. Field check, false colors 2 times. We have spectrum and array. I am more of a spectrum user, but I know a lot of people like to use array. I'm also not much of a false color user, to be honest. HDR settings for 2020, 709 and P3. Which is really great to have. LUT switch, so we can switch LUTs on. So I can now switch to a V-Log LUT, which is actually very close to the Z-Log out of my Zcam, much closer than S-Log. As you can see, these don't look good. I like the way you see it build the LUT. You watch? It kind of builds it. I think that's really cool. And of course, we can import LUTs as well. So no matter what LUT you've got or what camera you're using, there will be a way you can view LUTs. Crosshatch, we got all the way, every single one you could want. 6x6 is crazy. Who needs that much? I'm a 3x3 kind of person in white. Again, same colors with the focus peaking. We can choose what we want to have here. Cinema guides. Okay, now we got ratios. We can have guides. So you're shooting 235 ratio. Change the color of the guides. Like everything you think possible to change, you can change. Safe guides. You know, always nice having a 90% safe guide on in yellow. Don't get too close to the edge. You know you're going to always have it in shot. Crosshair, a simple crosshair in the middle. I actually find myself using that quite often. Okay. Let's close that and let's go into the next one. So scan mode. Overscan, underscan. Aspect ratio, we can actually change the aspect ratio of this, which of course is going to squeeze and move around, which brings us neatly into, sorry, zoom is zoom. You can do it by hand by pinching, or you can do it here. You can do this. You can also do this, which is really nice. I wish the Atomos had this. You have to touch a button on the Atomos. I totally don't understand why Atomos can't implement that push and pull touchscreen like you have on a mobile phone or any picture. We're so used to doing this, you know, with Google Maps or with pictures on Instagram or Facebook, whatever. Don't know why Atomos can't do that. Sorry. Zoom, let's turn zoom off. Anamorphic. This is what's really good for me. I do a little bit of anamorphic work. more as tinkering. Can turn it on. We can go a 2 times stretch, sorry, 1.5, 133, 125, no 1.8, which is not great for the new Greatjoy cameras. Pixel to pixel gives you a pixel to pixel ratio, which I don't know if anybody watched my Godox. What one was that called? That video we talked about the pixel and pixel to pixel on that. Image flip, of course, we can rotate it. Image freeze, we can take a freeze frame, and then we can adjust all these screen settings itself. So the actual screen, sorry, that's not the screen brightness, that is the image. Backlight brightness, 100 down. Like I said, it's not very bright. 500 nits is not a crazy bright screen, but it's big. It's got a lot of good features on it, and it's 220 euros. Can't have it all. Saturation contrast, I would never mess with these ones. Sharpness, this is crazy. You can like boost artificial sharpness. I don't know if you can see that through the screen, but it looks terrible. And of course, hue and color temperature. So let's close up screen options. Go to the settings. We have the volume, language, menu. This is how see-through, how transparent the menu is. So that's off. You know, like the windows, kind of like whatever they call it, where you look through. See, here's transparent. Now it's just black. And how long it will time off for. So we can set it to 5 seconds, and it should any second turn off. Probably not. Yeah, the menu will close off. This is menu, not the screen. Let's be like say. And firmware updates, you can update through an SD card, like I said. I have checked the website. You have to send your current firmware to them, and they will tell you if you need an update or not. So it's not like Atomos where you just download what you want and put it on there. And let's be honest, the firmware updates are going to be, it's nice they're there. It's nice as an option for it. How long they'll continue to update for, it's not Atomos. You're not buying into an ecosystem. You're not buying such a long-lasting device, should we say. But all my other screens that are not the Atomos don't have any way of doing firmware updates. So there is an option there. If Andycine decides to do something with it, we can update. So I want to just go back really quick and put my LUT on. Little delay when you turn the LUT on. And this pinch to zoom is awesome. We have my nice Interstellar poster in the background here, and we pinch to zoom. The Atomos doesn't do this. Look how far in I can go. I can focus with my Z cam. Okay, there I'm good. And whoop, 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 zoom out again. So yeah, that's the rundown of the main features, and it will take up to a 4K 60 signal. So if your camera doesn't have a VFR and you are running a straight 60p project, you can run that into this monitor and it will still be able to display the image. So let's run down a quick summary of it. Things I don't like about it. Very plastic build. It's to be expected. It's cheap. It's light, which is the plus side to the plastic build. So that just has to go part and part with it. I don't like the pixelated waveform and vector scopes. I find it really strange because the screen quality, the pixel density is amazing and the screen looks fantastic when you watch out of it. But the vector scope itself is very cube and blocky. It's like it's taking My dog's coming upstairs. Let's come here. On the couch with your clip-cloppy feet. That's up. Yeah. Good girl. Where was I? Yeah, very pixelated vector scope. Vector scope and waveforms are really, really pixelated. I'm not sure why that happens. Maybe it can be updated with a firmware release if they do one. I'm not sure. They are literally the two only downsides to it though. Plus sides. USB-C power. Like that's awesome. It must have a built-in inverter inside or voltage booster, whatever, that boosts the 5 volt to 9 or to 12 to get it to run. Nice DC input on the side, which doesn't happen on some monitors like my Atomos. You have to put this stupid clip on the back. They couldn't just put a 12 volt DC jack on it. And an MPF on the back. The features of the actual, the assists on the monitor are fantastic. Having a vector scope, waveform, audio monitoring, going through the LUTs, the anamorphic D-squeeze. This is really, really good. Anamorphic is now kicking right off again with Greatjoy, Lauer, and somebody else releasing some new lenses. That's a really nice feature to have. I can de-squeeze internally in my Z cam. A lot of people shoot 16:9, can't de-squeeze inside their camera, so they need a monitor that can, you don't de-squeeze and it looks rubbish when you're filming it, or you have a de-squeeze option. So that's really, really nice, and it's really good they're putting that in there because anamorphic is making quite a comeback at the moment. So all in all, a very well-rounded little screen, some really great features, a really great price. What's it up for at the moment? On €224 with the full kit, with the battery charger, the monitor stand, a USB-C cable, a sun hood, and a carry bag. 7-inch screen, 4K input for €224. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's definitely going to be spending a lot of time on my camera. Like I said, Andycine did reach out to me to do this review, but I do it as openly as I can and as honest as I can. I'm not into bullshitting people, so I would definitely be happy with that if I bought it for €225. Let's say that. So thanks for watching, guys. Any comments, any questions, ask in the comment section, please, and click the subscribe button because I need to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I got some new contracts coming up where I can get to even more cool to review for you guys. So take it easy.